the apple trees grow all over the side of the road. Green ones, red ones, yellow ones. Every fall, we drive back roads and fallen ditches to see what we could find. And this is a particularly good tree.
We've never picked these before.
And we've never picked these ones before. We usually go up Peninsula more. But I saw these the other day when I was taking my friend out to a graveyard to visit her dad's grave. I don't know if you can see these or not. This doesn't do at all anymore. They've got the typical, you know, road bug thing in them a bit. But they're pretty good to size out. I haven't taken them now. Here's the apples we got on the side of the road in Grey Bruce County, and here is Eric and Brian Palmer. And what they're doing is they're taking the scabs or anything that looks like it might spoil the juice. They're sitting under the back of the van in our backyard. And they're cutting out wormholes and anything that's questionable. They've already hosed down the apples and they've mixed them. So we get a variety, because variety makes a better cider or a better apple juice. And we even threw a few leftover pears in, right? So they're going to fill that bucket with all the pieces of apple. Then they're going to bring them over and we're going to grind them up. And then we're going to put them in a big pot. And we're going to boil them on the barbecue and process them. So I'm going to go over and clean up the equipment.
Oopsie.
Okay,
We have to get a motorized one.
this is stage 3. These are the guys that put it through the carburetor, the apples that they cleaned and cored. And then you get this like applesauce that's full of seeds and skins. And you put it into here. This separates the seeds and skins and goes out into the sink. And then the juice is going to run into here. And then we're going to process it, boil it, and bottle it. And see here, this is where the other stuff comes out, just like we did with the tomatoes.
Push too hard.
Don't push too hard, sometimes. That makes you work?
Throw some more.
Yeah.
And he loves it, he says. He loves it. Making me work hard.
There's a flashback there?
Take it apart and put it together again. Maybe it's on an angle.
A spoon would have been better here, wouldn't it, for that?
Here is the first bucket of apple juice. The lighting isn't good here. There you go. And it's on the barbecue.
You could run this one
We cook it outside the barbecue, keeps the mess out in our porch rather than ours. All the dry stuff that came out. This is the skins and the seeds that have come out.
We're not running it through, Brian.
No, we're not running it through. This we put it in our compost area, in our compost pile. And we wash out the sink and we start the next batch of apples.
Who knows, we may have apples growing next year.
We may have apple trees growing next year, all kinds. Who's going to know what kind they are? We had 5 different kinds of apples here and some pears. Oops. After you wash it all down with the hose, you have to take this little plastic thing off here. And all this apple pulp is stuck on the screen, so you have to get something and brush all that off, scrub it off and hose it down again before they come with the next load of apples. Okay, I don't know if you can see that for the sun, but this is starting to froth, it's boiling, and we're going to skim all the frothy stuff off the top. And that'll get rid of any impurities that might be in it, and we'll discard that, and that'll go in the compost as well. It's really sweet. It's a good mix of apples. And then once it's boiled for 4 minutes at least or more, we're going to bottle it. I'm boiling the caps, the seals, they've boiled, and I've got the jars out of the dishwasher sterilized, the first 3. I'm going to actually put a cheesecloth over these as I fill them because unbelievable amounts of hornets have showed up today. We have so many hornets today that I've decided I'm going to double filter this. So I'm filtering this through my grape juicer because I want to make sure I get all the hornets out in case any of them have landed in my brew here. First jar here, and put a cheesecloth over it just to double check I don't get bugs. And open this little tap. And actually make a little on this. There you go. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill my first jar. And I added lemon to this. I add about, I'd say, I usually put a good teaspoon on top of each jar, but I wanted to get it clear and really acid level. It's really pulpy juice this year. Coming in pretty slow here. These bees are driving me nuts. I already got a sting already.
You want to save, but
Maybe the cheesecloth's too thick. I may have to do this single. It's really pulpy apple juice this year. I can't even get it from the cheesecloth. There's our first 3 quarts. We've only done about, I'd say 1/6 of the apples that we have. So we're going to have lots of juice.
Gotta be wet. Can't be letting it run dry. That's the trick.
Okay. Oh, look at those hornets in there.
Yeah, just give me the wet stuff. Whoa.
Oh, you have to tighten that down better.
Alright.
What? Can you see the hornets?
Hope you got a plunge too. Hang on to this. Look at my husband clean his garage out so we can go in and shut the door and then have hornets attacking him. So we're a 2-man show now instead of a 3-man show. So we mulched all the apples down with that carburetor and the apple sauce and putting it through this juicer. Bugged up.
Yeah, I just clean it again. We used to use cheesecloth and a big pump, like a jack pump. That worked really good, but we don't have the same kind of garage here we had in Williamsburg. There's no place to put the jack, so we're trying the juicer. Now be careful, that's what the bees get me.
It's slipping on us.
The seeds in the apples are not working with this grinder. Our friends use it and suggested it, but it's not working as well as we hoped.
There's no way I can hold that there with a vice grip, see? Just put vice grips on there.
No, here's where this goes, right here. This is on this nose right here.
Yeah, but it's inside that's turning. Pour that.
Well, we're going to do them. I'll pour them right there.
Yeah, before we do it.
Then you can start pouring them.
Okay, so we're moving in the garage was a good idea though, because we're not fighting with the hornets, right?
That wouldn't bother me any.
Oh, they bit me. I didn't like the hornets at all. So I'm going to pour some of this in the pot. Let's stop for a
Oh,
second.
you're leaking here.
Ready? This goes in here. We put a strainer. Can you lift the lid on that?
Your bolt must be off over
Honey,
there.
can you lift the lid off the pot?
I think we forgot to tighten that up there.
Why don't you just put
Double straining it.
Should have had a washer on there, that's why.
Where?
That one right there, that
We have one of those camper stoves here, the oven.
right under this one.
Got 2 elements, so we could keep our lid sealed warm. And we double strained it.
Quarter inch would be alright.
We found that there was a lot of pulp in the apple juice, so we put a cheesecloth in the bottom of this. We ended up using the grape juicer, like the 3-part grape juicer. There's a water basin here, and then there's a kind of a middle part that catches the apple juice as it's steamed. And it steams this pulp that we've ground up. And we're skipping the hand grinding thing, and we're going right to the juicer. It takes a little longer, but we get about 4 to 5 liters per pailful like this. But it takes 45 minutes for each pailful. But it's a better juice, clearer. And the thing is, though, at 45 minutes per pailful, and we got like 6 bushels of apples. It's a whole day's work. What you doing?
Okay, now I'm going to open this valve here, and we're going to just let the juice drain into the jar. We'll see how much we get.
Now, see how there's a little locker there? He squeezes, he pushes it up when he's draining it. Now, if you could tell, the juice is just bleeding into the jar through that little plastic tube, but it's a much nicer colored juice than when we were doing it the other way anyway.
There's lots of juice in there this time.
And the tomato juice grinder is going to be replaced because a part came... Is
that enough?
A little more. There we go. So we had to replace the tomato juice grinder because it broke in the process.
Right, that's better.
And we couldn't get it soldered because we don't know how to, we don't have the equipment to solder aluminum.
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel, I mean. So there we go. There's another jar to add to it. How many we got all together so far?
This is number 12.
Number 12. And it's taken us.
Now you got to take the juice out.
Yeah, and you didn't put the lemon on the top. So I always put a little squirt of lemon on the top. It just puts a little more sanitation, kills bad bacteria if there's any. And this is coming out boiling hot, so it's probably no bacteria. Number 12. Thank you, sweetheart. Hot.